So again, this is just something for each of us to get to know each other and to get to know each other's goals and figure out, oh, hey, 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 what up?
What's up?
um, so this is something that I know that you were on the call with Lindsay, but I figured that we could start doing it with our team because I would like to get to know more coaches on our team and figure out where we all started, what our whys are, and that way I know it's pushing you so that when you come to me like, I'm going to be like, guess what? You want a house? Let's go. So, we got to get put on the spot tonight. And, yeah. So who wants to go first? Who wants to talk about how they started and what their goals are? And go from there.
I want to need a minute. I got to boot up and upload. Actually can't prepare tonight.
What? All right, Jarrell, you're going to go.
Okay.
I'm putting it on you. Because I heard Lindsay was like talking up what you were saying and stuff, and I was like, I wasn't even on it. Did you record it?
Well, I guess I'll start with my why. My why is my family. The whole reason that I even got into being a Beachbody coach was that my wife and I tried Shakeology, and we were getting it off eBay, and we kept finding it, like trying to finagle these bids and everything to get it. And it got to the point where we were just paying $97 for it. And then we ended up gifting my mother some for Christmas because she had a really high blood pressure. It was like almost, I think the number was like almost 200, the top number, which is like in the range for stroke and all that. And I already lost one parent, so I was freaking out a little bit. I did the one thing I could control. I was like, here, drink Shakeology. So she did. In about 2 weeks, her blood pressure started to come down. And then as she got low on her Shakeology, she goes, how do I get more? And I'm like, well, we're trying to find it on eBay for a cheaper price. But it's looking like you just got to go through a coach to get it. And she's like, well, why don't you just become a coach so I can just buy it from you? And I'm like, okay, well, I already have a customer, so might as well become a coach. And then after seeing what it did for her, and then what it did for myself and my wife, knowing how long we fought it, we fought it for we were seeing commercials for we were doing P90X back in 2011. This is how long we've known about Shakeology, and we just didn't do it. So stupid. But everything for a reason. We're here now. So after seeing what it did for my mom, my wife, and myself, and now my brother has been taking it, and he's like second round of 21 Day Fix, and he's gone from a size 44 waist to a 38 waist. It's only been like 4 weeks. So everybody in my family is making such good progress that I keep branching out to friends, and I have family out of state that have become coaches now. I have a really big family, and I want them all to be on it. I have diabetes runs on both sides of my family, and I think that there's so many people that I know that are not as health conscious as they should be. So my why is definitely my family. I've always been very family oriented. And what I plan on doing with Beachbody, first of all, I can't even believe that, I've dared to have the vision that I have. I would never have had this vision had it not been for you, Ashton, had it not been for all the personal development, all the books, the wake up calls and things. I have a huge, huge vision. I want Faith Over Fear. It's my team name right now, but I want it to be an organization that branches out in different facets of life. I want to help kids that don't have fathers. I have a lot of nieces and nephews that their fathers just suck. I want to have a big brother program, and I want it to be, brought to people under the umbrella of faith over fear. You know, so many times people let their fear overcome their faith. Not to say they don't have faith. It's just saying that a lot of times they let fear win out over their faith. And I think once you start letting your faith be stronger than your fear, there's so much that can happen for you. And it's just in literally every aspect of your life. It's not just in fitness. It's not just, you know, in nutrition. It's literally every decision we make. Sometimes it's not just to make it. That's the first step. But it's to stay committed to it and have faith over, you know, what you're going through, and not be defeated by the fear that tries to creep up every now and then. So that's what I want. That's a vague generalization of what I want to do with Beachbody. If I went into detail, we would be here all night. So I'll just keep it vague in general. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
So, well, first of all, you've progressed tremendously. Like, you just went off. And I remember, like, even after the first call that we had, and I remember it specifically because I was taking my son to daycare or I was picking him up. I just know I was there, like, in the daycare, walking around the one dark room, like, finishing up talking to you because I think I was picking him up. And I was like, you know, you kept just going. I was like, oh my gosh. I called Lindsay. I was like, I don't even know where this guy came from. I wasn't even friends with him on Facebook, but oh my goodness. I was like, this is like a piece of gold right here. I'm like, I was like, I prayed for people to come to me and look. I was like, I don't know. She's like, okay. She's like, just, yeah, you know.
It's so funny the way it happened too, because I filled out all the information to become a coach. I filled out all the information and I know I had it filled out perfectly. And I hit submit and it all reset. And I remember the first time I had it, I had a male as my coach. I had a guy. And then it just reset, and then it was Ashton. So it definitely was like an act of God that,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, we got put into each other's lives. So, yeah.
He is amazing. That's all I'm going to say. So one thing that I did want to break down, too, is, so first of all, you have a major vision. And that's perfect because we do need to dream big. Like, and as I say it, you need to dream big, so big that God has to make a movement in your life. And if you're not religious, just think of it as, you know, dreaming so big that whatever you want to call it,
Right, the universe.
that something's going to happen. Because if you're not dreaming big, then nothing's going to happen. That's as simple as that. I would like to hear what type of a goal do you have for a rank and by when?
The goal is to be 2-star by the end of this year. I'm actually trying to get Christine to Diamond before the end of this month. She really wants that shirt.
I want it. So, you know.
You get it, yeah.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, you get one. You get one because you sponsored the coach that went Diamond in that,
sweet.
in that month. Yeah, so you get a shirt too.
We got these little pins here and then our, like, little stuff for when we reached our ranks. And all of a sudden they came out with these shirts and bracelets. And I was like, this is not fair. Don't I get, like, all that stuff back? I was like, I want those things. And
Can I trade in my pins?
Oh, I know. I'm like, here. And, you know, they didn't even give me a ruby pin because I didn't hit ruby. I went straight from emerald to diamond. So I don't have a ruby, like a ruby sheet or a ruby pin. And I was like, but that's my birthstone.
They say that when you skip it like that, if you go on the reward website, you can order it.
I wonder if they'll go back that far. We'll have to see. So you want 2-star by the end of the year, and what type of an income goal are you looking for?
I know Lindsay said that she didn't start seeing like $700 to $1,000 until she hit 2-star. So I think that's the kind of income I want, $700 to $1,000 per week by the end of the year.
What's your big goal?
My big goal?
Yeah, per week.
I would say 10,000.
Okay, good. Yeah, I don't really like to talk about little goals. I just don't. I think that you're going to have stepping stones. And I know that one video that I posted in the Believe to Achieve, and I why I cannot think of her name right now. But, you know, she talked about how you go through those $25 checks, $60 checks, $100 checks, whatever. You go through those to get there. And it was crazy because even with me, I grew really fast. And then I hit a moment where it was like, well, I just want to help people do whatever. I'm at Diamond, whatever. And I didn't grow. I just worked on helping people, and I wasn't bringing I was bringing people in here and there, but it wasn't about building the team. And I honestly had it backwards. I'm like, for one, I didn't want anyone to join me as a coach in my hometown, because I was like, no, I want them all for me. And then, you know, and then everyone else too, I was like, oh, I feel like I'm just trying to rank up or whatever. And it was totally backwards until I'm like, all right, no, I want as many coaches here as I can in Dubuque. Why? Because holy crap, this town needs a makeover. And whose doesn't, right? And then they start seeing, all of a sudden there's like 5 coaches, and then there's 10, and then and then it's expanding, and we're all changing our lives, and your community itself is completely changing for the better. And like I said, I don't know about your guys' where you're at, but I know here we need a change. We need a change. My town is all about the bars, all about luxury items. Like it's sad to see, because you don't want that. And people I see over and over, like I go, you know, you'll see people that you haven't seen in forever, and it's like, holy crap, what'd you do with your life? And they're like, what'd you do with your life? But so I'm like, no, I want to build this. I was like, I want as many coaches as I can here in this community, because I know what it would do for our community if we did. And then I was like, you know what, I'm going to offer this opportunity to everyone, because it is a gift. I was like, I've seen what it's done to my life. And even if we don't look at an income aspect of it, my world has changed, and learning to be positive. I built a better relationship with my kids. So it, like you hit that on the nail. The personal development, I can't tell you enough. Like if I could sit and read personal development all day long, I'd do it. I'd totally do it all day. And there's times I'll be rocking out ET in the background while I'm doing my messages and stuff, or You Are Badass. I've got that. I've listened to it, I think 6 times already, and it doesn't get old. Because all of a sudden I'll hear something, I was like, oh, yeah, you got me on that one. So we got 10,000, and we're going to work on we have your mile marker goal is what I'm going to call it, but you've really made a major change in your life, in your family's lives, and it's going to continue to grow. It's like you hit that, you got your team, you got your vision, and just you have it. And it's just about not letting it go. And you know how the demons come, but you know how to take care of them. So,
yeah,
like you said, faith over fear.
What was the guy's name in the It Starts with Diamond group? Robert. I don't remember his name, but he said in one of his videos that he loves our 3 vital behaviors, but he thinks that they should be flipped upside down.
Personal development, number 1.
Yeah, and I totally agreed with him when he said that. Personal development, then be a product of the product, and then invite. I think he said once you do personal development and you're a product of the product, you have more confidence when you invite.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, and
really you cool. are. And you're changing your life, and that's what it's all about. You change your life, and not only are you getting people that see that and they're coming to you, but then you're not, like you said, you're not afraid to give that opportunity, because you understand that, yes, we want an income. Who doesn't want to build an income, right? Who doesn't want to bring in money? We need money to survive, but why we do what we're doing is for a bigger purpose. I'm going to show my kids that you can be dependent or independent, and you can take over. I mean, they're going to have a house. Why? Because mommy worked her butt off to get them a house. And it's going to be like, all right, you guys, we're going to take our vacation. They got it up. First dream vacation they want to go on is Disney and SeaWorld, which thankfully to Beachbody, though, we did get to take a trip to Disney, but they want to go again. And I'm like, all right, let's do this. I was like, we're ready to do this. So really keeping a value on why we do this is to genuinely help people, but yet we're doing it for ourselves, for our freedom or our goals. And all of that comes together. So, well, thank you for being the first one to talk. And hi, Diana. How are you doing? So, what we were doing pretty much tonight is just kind of opening up about how you became to Beachbody, like what your goals are and your why is. And it's just kind of so that we can get to know each other as a team. And I can know how to push you guys. So when you're like, well, I'm frustrated, I'm unmotivated, or I need help, I can be like, listen, you said this. All I got to be is like, hey, big brother program, big brother program, big brother program, come on. So, all right, who wants to go next? All right, Shauna, I'm going to pick on you now.
That's okay. I was going to volunteer, but it's hard to follow Jarrell. Sorry. Jarrell, how do I pronounce your name? Sorry.
You got it the second time, Jarrell.
Okay, Jarrell, sorry. That's a hard person to follow, but I commend you. You're doing amazing.
Thank you.
For me, I've been been interested in Beachbody for many years. I think when you put out 2011, I think I remember drinking Shakeology back then, and doing the workouts, Shailene Extreme and Turbo Jam and all that kind of stuff. I didn't really know what the coaching even meant. I apparently had a coach, but I was never contacted by that person, so I didn't even know what that meant. I just liked the infomercials and liked the program, so that's what got me started. I guess about a year ago, I've just been on my own personal journey, personal development, to increase my self-esteem and just find out about my own self. And in doing so, I met people online and other coaches, and that's when I started watching Ashton, and I was just really inspired by her transformation and her being a mother, and just seemed so real to me that, hey, this could actually happen. And so anyway, I just tried my way to contact her and said, how do I do this? How do I get with you? And I joined her challenge. And in her little sweet talk, she was like, well, you got to be a coach. And I scared me to death because I didn't know what that meant. But I took the leap because I thought, as I learned about the personal development that, Beachbody encourages, I was like, wow, this is exactly the path that I have been taking. And I thought, well, this might be a sign that I'm on the right path, and I'm just going to take the leap. So I did, and I'm glad I did. I'm still learning. I work full time, and I have 2 kids. And I'm a kindergarten teacher, so I'm busy, especially now. I'm in Canada, and school isn't over yet. So I'm in the last 2 weeks of school, so it's busy. But I've been trying to get some customers, and anyway. So as far as my why for myself is about my health. I've battled, weight issues all my life. But I just want to be healthy. I want to be a good role model for my kids. And I just want to build my self-esteem. I have a 12-year-old daughter who has more self-esteem now at 12 than I have at 38. So I'm proud of her, but I just want to keep that going. And I want to stop that negative self-talk. And I really think that this Beachbody endeavor that I'm going in is really helping with that. So, and thank you, Ashton, again for that awesome book. I'm still getting through. I love it. She sent me You Are a Badass, because I definitely don't consider myself one, but I'm starting to believe that maybe I can be one. So thank you for that. I don't even know what I could do with this company. I hear of all your dreams, and I'm thinking, wow, that I have never even considered that. But I just, if I can make this successful, I am, on board to learn more and just to help my family and community as well, just to be healthy and be happy in their own skin. And so.
Yay. Well, first of all, yes, you are a badass. So tell yourself that every single night. And just like, everything that you said, and when you were getting ready to speak, you're like, well, I can't, after Jarrell, I can't, it's hard to follow that. No, it's not. You have your own story, you have your own goals, your own dreams, and you're only going to fly with it the way that you want to. And you got to believe that, because that's where everything comes in, with that belief and taking that leap of faith and, everything. So, I know that you said that you had a 12-year-old daughter. I don't know if you wanted to tell anybody else your other child, how old? Boy,
yeah, so I have a son who's 8. Evan is his name, and Mackenzie is my daughter. So
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have 2 weeks left of school there?
Yeah.
Why are they not? I'm trying to get school like all year round, if anyone didn't see that.
Yeah.
Trying to. Definitely the life skills. I actually am working. That's one of I have written up in my composition of having life skills required every single year, a single specific class for that, based on their grade. They will have something. So, kindergarten might be about sharing and caring and, talking about bullying and stuff like that. And once they learn money, then they can start understanding the value of it. And
absolutely, I totally agree with you. And even just teaching them about personal development. I posted on my Facebook in my journey of, being more positive about myself. I've been kind of teaching that to my kids, and I have little sticky notes on my mirror to tell me that, I'm a great mother, I'm a great wife, I'm, strong and I'm powerful and all that stuff. Well, my daughter, yesterday, it was raining, and she made this beautiful poster, and it was all these positive affirmations about herself that wasn't prompted by me, and it was just so awesome that she did that. And I thought, it's working.
Did you post that on Facebook?
I did, yeah, I did.
You should tag me in that. I'd love to see that.
Okay, yeah, I will.
But yeah, no, that definitely, that's huge. That's something that's amazing. So, and you're here to work on yourself, which is great. And you, as you heard, like when you work on yourself, that's what really will come together with being successful in this. So I do want to pick though a little bit here. I know that you said that, like you heard people's big dreams and stuff. I'm asking you to let go of any type of ifs, ands, or buts about whatever. What do you see as like a dream of yours? I'm talking about not if, like, no, like if you could make anything happen, what would it be?
Well, I love my job, but I make $35,000 a year. That isn't cutting it. So, if I could one day quit my job and make this full time helping people and make a sweet paycheck, I'm all for that. So,
awesome. So would you like to make
when it says 6 figures, I'm going to put it out there. If I can make 6 figures in this and help my husband, he's a contractor and he owns his own company, and it has its ups and downs. But if I could help him, be more successful or help his burden of the financial end of things, then yeah, I would be very happy about that.
Well, I definitely agree that teachers do not get paid enough at all. And it's funny because I actually started to go to school. That was the very first thing I started to go to school for, was becoming a teacher, because that was what I wanted to do. And then after, it was just became this, speaking out to people became a passion. And yeah, they don't make crap, and they're the ones that are teaching the future, because in a home nowadays, and that's why I said about bringing that life skills into schools, because you have single parents, you have co-parents, but everyone's so busy that values and positivity and all that stuff is not being directed in the home. Not always, but you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't teaching the stuff that I'm teaching my kids before I got into Beachbody. And I was like, this is our future. Why are we continuously increasing our debt? Why are we continuously increasing our obesity rates? Why is stuff going completely opposite? Like, something needs to change. And I was like, we don't get that taught in school anymore. So So yeah, so 6 figures would be awesome, and that's something that you can look for. One person that I would have you look up to is Lindsay Krause. It's Krause. She was actually I don't know what grade, but she was a teacher, and she, I want to say, and you'll find it in her video, but I think it was 18 months that it took her coaching that she was able to quit her job as a coach. She's like, I started making more than
Yeah.
that. So she's like, I dropped it. And so, yes, I mean, again, you can set your dreams as high as you want to. And when you do, that's when you know, like, your mind will continuously focus on that. Like, okay, 6 figures. And it's all about you helping people and you working on your goals, but yet you get to create those dreams and those goals for you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Great.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And yes, keep reading that book and tell yourself every single night, because you are amazing. So
well, I thank you, because your support and just inspiration, even when you don't realize you're inspiring, it's been fantastic. So thank you.
well, I can't wait for our call tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So who wants to go next? Alex, Diana?
It took me a while, but I got most stuff
no,
ready.
Alex, hold on one second. She said no, so it's on her. So you're going to have to wait, Alex. Diana, it is. Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Don't tell me no, girl. I will come and find you.
I'm in Florida. Are you sure you can come find me?
I would love to come find you. I'm in Iowa. I would love to come to Florida to come find you.
I can trace an IP address.
So, Diana, if you would like to talk a little bit about how you came to become a Beachbody coach and your why and your goals, and then we can pass it off to Alex.
Okay, how I became a Beachbody coach. It's nothing like anyone else's story. Actually, my cousin Rosa pretty much told me about the coaching opportunity, but she made it seem like she needed a coach and she just asked me to sign up. Didn't really explain anything much about it, so I just signed up and forgot about it a month later. And then little by little started researching and watching videos. One video that I tend to watch a lot is the Power Hour. And that's what got me hooked onto it more. And then that's when I started reaching out to you, Ashton, so that I could pursue it more. And although I've been, flip-flopping in it, but still, my focus is I would like to quit my job because I can't stand it and actually, be a stay-at-home mom and help with the finances. And that's mainly my why.
Now, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off here for a second. So the Power Hour, yes, that's the one by Lindsay Krause too. So that's kind of awesome. Now, yeah, you know what? You've been doing your thing though. Like, you're still here, and you were the one. I remember when you started coming, I was like, what is she doing? Like, why is she not getting this girl on like these trainings and stuff? Because I was like, she's so motivated. She wants to be at home with her kids. And what the heck? I was like, Rosa, what are you doing? I was like, all right, I'll just work with her. I'm good. So we started doing calls, and you can still be a stay-at-home mom. You are certified though in Turbo now, right?
Yes.
Okay. So being a stay-at-home mom and being able to, could you see yourself doing Turbo and maybe like size and like bringing all those in?
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes.
Have you started teaching yet at all?
No, not yet. I'm not there yet.
Okay. What's the biggest thing right now that you haven't started?
I'm very introvert, and on top of that, a lot of the people that I've been practicing with, they don't tend to take it serious when I'm trying to practice with them. To them, it's just a joke. And it's like I've tried with a couple of my friends to do it on the weekends, and I'm really trying to, see what I need to work on. But they're just taking it, like I said, as a joke. They're not really serious about what I'm trying to show them, how to do the moves, so that they can actually, produce some sweat, and actually burn some calories. So that's one of my biggest issues. But I've been, at home practicing on my own. And this week, actually, I start taking a class so that I can see how others can actually teach the turbo class to get some ideas and some pointers.
Awesome. So if I have to break down to like a goal for income for the year, what would you?
Well,
Don't be doubting yourself either.
No, it's not that I'm doubting myself. I'm actually, I actually had some very bad news that come the end of the year, my financial status is going to change because my husband will not be working. So I would actually, by the end of the year, would like to be able to compensate for that. So I would say double of what I'm making now.
Okay. So how about 6 figures then?
Sounds good to me.
Good.
Join the 6-figure club.
The 6-figure club. Look at we're on 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
There you go.
Well, first of all, that's amazing. For you to want to do that, for your husband and stuff. And that's love. I mean, you can do it. There's no doubt in my mind that there's nothing that will stop you. And if this is something that you're passionate about, one thing to look at is watch some of like Christine Dwyer's videos, or like start looking at they have a lot of turbo. People have always taped little sections of turbo stuff, because then I was watching them. I was like, she made that like really fun. And then I look like I didn't know what I was doing on this part. But, honestly, as long as you have fun with it, normally everyone in the class has fun with it. Like it's what your energy gives off. So if you're like, I don't think that I'm going to do bad, or these people are going to like think, there were times I forgot a whole section. I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, yeah. And, and they just had fun. Well, I was like, all right, we'll just do this move or whatever. And I had my notes ready and stuff, but they didn't care. They had fun. We still got an amazing sweat. And one thing too is that if you want to do that sometime, we can run a Zoom together and, have your laptop or whatever, how far away, set it up, and you can run it. And I can kind of also it sounds weird, but seeing what you do and listening to how you're cueing it, and then give you some tips on what I would say too. If they're not going to take you serious on it, I will.
Okay.
So, but 6 figures, bring it on, stay at home mommy, making the 6 figures, and teaching classes, because the classes are fun. I miss it so much right now.
You're not teaching anymore?
No, I went from, I had to drop those classes in order to finish my schooling. But I was like, as soon as my schooling gets done, I can bring my classes back. So, yes. But I am still certified in turbo. I think my Insanity dropped off. So, kind of sucks. I messaged them. I was like, what do I need to do to keep it going? And all I needed to do was have that pro membership, but it passed the time, and I was like, okay, I'll just recertify when it's time, whatever. No big deal. So yeah, don't stop doing what you're doing. Now you have an even bigger why and a bigger goal.
Yes.
So get into those files. That one challenge script I'm going to tell you guys has worked wonders, breaking down that value. And I think I have it labeled. I put it not that long ago, but I put it Ashton's challenge group script. It was originally Anita Myron's, and then I just switched it around to me, and that's what you guys would do as well too. Switch out your words and go from there. So And then one-on-ones, I'm looking to do more of those. Getting one-on-ones, that way I can help you, because I can put all the videos that I want and all the stuff in the group, but we are not all at the same path. We're not all at the same level. So compensating for all that, I would like to know like where you're stuck at, what's your biggest issues, where you're at, because then I can start sending you specific, videos or specific scripts that will help develop you guys on your own level. And then you guys can take whatever out of the group. Like, don't think you have to watch everything in the group. You can just be like, okay, this one isn't for me or whatever. And that way you're at least getting the ones that I think would benefit you guys the most. So you guys can always text me and call me. So, all right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for putting me on the spot.
No problem. That's what I'm here for. I'm like, you guys have this bubble and I'm like shoving you out of it and then it's popping and you're going wherever. What?
What's the game called that he wants to play?
I have no idea.
I don't either. I tried it in the shower.
No, it's all right.
It's a student.
Oh, okay. Well, talk with Amber about it for a second, okay?
Really?
I always do.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna call her.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm gonna get going though, because I actually am so gross.
We got that all on record. Okay. Alex, your go.
Well, maybe where should I start? Okay, so all right, I was originally a Beachbody coach at first back in 2011 when I first got out of the military. And during my time in the military is really when I first heard about P90X. I had no clue what it was at the time. But long story short about the military, I went in 2004. And not the fittest guy in the world, but I wasn't exactly unfit either. I was kind of in that gray area. But by the time I got out in 2010, I went from 170 pounds all the way up to 220. I was feeling miserable, clothes weren't fitting right, and honestly, when I looked in the mirror, I was disgusted with myself. I was just literally looking in the mirror at everything I didn't like about what I had become, literally. So, and then on top of that, my dad's got some health issues, degenerative disc disease, which I'm trying to avoid. And there's some other health issues I don't remember off the top of my head, but I just know I'm trying to avoid them. Among them, high blood pressure. So, I had originally started with P90X as a illegally downloaded torrent. Now, of course, I'm a computer geek. That's pretty normal for what I was doing at the time. I've learned since then, but different story. So I was on the P90X page and actually hit me up or getting person to a motivational group. And I was about halfway through my first real round of P90X at that point, and so, well, if I hadn't joined the group, I probably wouldn't have finished that round either. That's just the honest to God truth. And at the end of that, she talked to me about the coaching opportunity, and I wasn't too really keen on it because, honestly, I'm kind of introverted. I really shy around people. It's like, even talking on this video, it's still not in my comfort zone, but it's better than it was. So I became a coach in 2011, and I'd finished Insanity right after I became a coach, so I was feeling really good up till about December. Then, honestly, I got cold feet. So, and in that month between December and January, I'd quit being a coach, and I'd stopped doing all the stuff I was doing right. I was literally one coach away from being Emerald, and I was feeling great, in the best shape of my life, and I just quit. I don't know why. I just got scared or really wanted to go for the stable income over the potential. And, well, between 2011 and January this year, things went back downhill. I was back into my old habits. I wasn't enjoying what I was doing. I was starting to face health issues again, and December kind of woke me up. As I started dealing with wisdom teeth issues, or my diet was terrible. Like, I was actually nothing but pastas, fast food every day, and it's basically everything that led me to the point where I started originally. And or when I got the wisdom teeth surgery, I was basically on a liquid diet for about a week, and I noticed how drastic the difference I did drinking nothing but protein shakes. So come January, I saw Ashton back out, and here I am with a completely new way of looking at it. Now it's no longer about like what I want, even though it is what I kind of want tying into it. It's kind of weird how I look at it. So, but well, see, I need to be an example for everyone else of like eating right, being fit, being active, or preventing health issues instead of being reactive to them. And that's something in my community that seems to be kind of the reverse. People are spending easily $20, $30 a day on Happy Meals and then wonder why they're spending hundreds of dollars at the ER. It baffles me. And I want to show people like how that can be prevented and how eating clean is actually better for you in the long run and cheaper. And through that is kind of why I'm embracing the business aspect a little more, because I actually do have a long set of goals. And instead of talking through every one of them, I'll just show you. And this is something that Ash and I talked about the other day in our one-on-one, and I started putting it in paper to get a better perspective on it. All right. Ashton was talking about weekly income or stepping stone goals. This is slow progress, but in short, this is what I want to have done. And I'm starting to put dates on some of them or put a little bit better of why each one has meaning to me. But of course, I want at least $7.5K a week as far as my monthly income long term. Of course, higher is better, but that's just my benchmark. Of course, I want to be a 2-star by October. And me being an introverted emerald personality, that's difficult for me to do, but it is anything but impossible. It will happen. But the really big goals, I definitely want to do this as a full-time job. I enjoy doing PC work, but I want to be able to do it on my own terms in conjunction with doing this. So, of course, I want to be able to go to the beach and just literally work from the beach. So, of course, I want to get certified in Sandy. All those I do want to get certified in, or eventually, but P90X is going to be my first one at summer. So then from there, I do want to start teaching some classes, and eventually have an in-home studio to where I can hold events basically when I want to without having to go anywhere. Yeah, that covers it.
Yay! So, how did that 7.5 come along per week there?
So that's a bare minimum benchmark. I'm shooting higher.
So we had a conversation, and we actually did this more one-on-one, which was nice. But I thought this is great for everyone to kind of hear what everyone else's goals are and how they came about and where they're at. But he said, what did you say, 1,000 or something? 1,000.
At least that'd still be more than I'm making a month now.
And then I told him, I said, why don't you multiply that by whatever? I was like, oh, we're not starting with that. And then it went on. But so
long story short, we were both bad at math that night.
Really bad. No, really, really bad. But he talks about him being an emerald personality. If you guys don't know what that is, go into the files and look up. It's called GEMS. Like there's a GEM workbook. You can fill it out and stuff. I've been pretty good at determining people's GEMS before they join, and I tell them what I think. And then they'll go through it and they're like, oh my gosh, you just got me on the nail. I'm like, yep. I'm like, what's nice though is that you being able to do that with your clients, with your friends, with your families, kind of prejudging what type of personality they are. And the reason why is because when you can figure out kind of how people respond, how they act, like how I talk to, I mean, I throw my sapphire out at Alex all the time or whatever, but I try to have to remember, like, hey, calm it down a little bit, or start talking in more sophisticated words, which I don't do that at all. He'll say these big words, and I was like, I probably should have wrote that down. But yeah, so our personalities, Danny Johnson brings it down into the 4 gems, and when you can really break that down and everything, it's so nice because someone who's motivated by the fun, I can bring out that, oh my gosh, the trips, like I got to bring my kids to the trips. I got to bring my sister to the trips, brought my dad to the trip. I was like, like the trip is what kind of first motivated me at first. And then, as you can see, Alex has his spreadsheet and stuff. That's what Emeralds do. Me, oh, I hate organization. It's so not fun. Like, why can't things just go together? I just don't get it. I don't get it. But that's where also as a team, we work together. We all have different strengths. And we all have different weaknesses. And if there's someone who likes to put together pictures, and that's something that they do, like once you guys get to a point where you're doing different things, like Lindsay has a girl from the team, she creates the photos. And it's nice because Lindsay just pays her to create the photos. And then it saves her time. The other girl makes money off of it. And it's something that she likes to do. So there's all these little more things than we can even imagine with this and stuff. But, there's a huge difference from when Alex first came to me to now coming back to me. And he's like, hey, I really, the vets thing, I'm joining it. I was like, and I didn't really think anything of it. I'm just like, okay. I'm like, sweet. Like, I'll get you joined back up on that strong leg that you were on and everything. And, we'll go from there. And then he just started to he's like, no, like, I'm serious about this. Like, he really knocked me off the horse or whatever you want to call it, because he was like, from the type of coach that he was before, like he was, like you said, shy and everything and stuff. And he really didn't feel like he wanted to step out of his comfort zone. And now he's like, all right, whatever, what do you got to throw at me? I'll do it. I'll just whatever. And he stepped out of his comfort zone and he became an Emerald coach very quickly. And he's someone who will sponge in all that information and you just nonstop learn. And he's been on the calls every time and he sets up one-on-one calls with me. And that is what leaders do. And it's so great because, I'm watching all these men overpower the team. No, I'm just kidding. I love you guys. But yeah, all of a sudden it was all these girls and we were going, and then all of a sudden it was like, bam, guy. I was like, where'd all my girls go? I'm like, where they at? So now Jarrell's probably got that song, 702, where's my girls at? Stuck in his head. Because that's what sapphires do. All of a sudden, one little bitty moment will be like, oh, that's a song. I got it. But yes, definitely. Definitely. You're doing amazing, Alex. Keep going with what you're rolling with. I have no doubt in my mind that you're going to achieve that. And, putting the prayers for your family too, because step by step, and it'll happen. So, all right. So I have a number on here. It's a 563 number. I don't know who it is. Are you there?
Yeah.
All right. Who is that?
Kelly.
Kelly?
Yeah.
How's it going?
It's going good. How are you, honey?
Good. I see. Now that you said that, I could have told you who it was. All right. So, Kelly, if you want to give a little bit about how you started and what your goals are, and then we'll be able to go ahead and let everyone get on to their night. But yeah.
Well, I really haven't been a coach that long. I kind of got started because of my husband. He kind of became a coach and brought home 21-day fix and said, here you go. So I did that. And then I started struggling with if I wanted to be a coach. And I was praying about it, and I became one. And now I'm struggling with, can I really do this? And little Miss Ashton sent me a message saying, don't think you can. And I know I can. It's just keeping that strength in me to believe it in myself. My why is because I want to be healthy. I want to be there for my kids, my grandkids, and make my family stronger, make me stronger. My dream is to quit my job. I would love to have my own place where I can teach people the workout and do workouts with them and teach them more about health and food and nutrition.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, yes, and we get to meet up here next week. Woo woo. Yeah. So, it's awesome. So, if I had to break it down to an income goal, what would you say?
I eventually would like to do the 6 figures.
No, there is no I would eventually say I want to make 6 figures. And I'm going to.
That's what I want. I want to be where, if my husband wants to quit his job and go into his own business, I want to be able to have my income enough to where he can do that.
What does Dennis want to do?
He actually had his own company at one time.
Okay.
And with construction, roofing, and I mean, he did pretty much anything. Gutters.
So him and Jason are going to be going in business together then, huh? Oh no. I totally got this all on tape. I'm going to share it with them. It's funny. That's great though. And you have 2 kids. You want to tell them how old they are? And
my son is 16 or 17, and my daughter is 16. And I'm very blessed. I have 2 very, very good kids. They both are working. They both get A's, B's in school. They get along very well. They're very close. So I'm very blessed.
awesome. All right, so we are going to work with you on quitting your job, telling your boss goodbye, or, well, whatever you want to say. Goodbye. Not coming back. Getting you working from home and becoming an instructor or teaching. So step by step. And I mean, like I said, everything's set up there. So making that 6 figures and everything. And you guys have no idea how, like, you think that it's crazy. Just wait. When you start picturing all that stuff in your mind and you're really focused on helping your guys' self build through personal development, build through your transformations, and then just letting go and inviting, well, like Carl said, he likes to change that around to building relationships, because it's about building relationships, that trust and everything. And like I told my one group, I'm like, everyone should be on Shakeology. I'm like, no doubt on my mind. I was like, and it's not because I make a commission off of it. It's because literally everyone should be drinking it because of what it does for you. I'm like, I don't know what else to tell you. and I've been having people from plenty of different companies over the last month. They're like, yeah, I've been doing this, and it really is not what I was like. It's like, okay, tape my mouth. I'm not gonna say anything bad about that thing. Just, let's anyways, we'll get you on the right track. So yeah, it's once you guys start also training, like knowing the whole business aspect is one thing. There are 2 books that really, like, if you want to get the network behind it, either GoPro or Rock Your Network Marketing. I've read both of them. They're great for the business aspect, really breaking down the network behind it. Most of my books are faith bound. Like, I just read a leadership book. It's all biblical and everything, and it was really great because that's what I need. But really getting to know Shakeology is going to be one of your biggest things too. So whether you're listening to videos on YouTube of other coaches speaking about Shakeology and you hearing that stuff, there was one by Melanie Mitchell, and I can't think of exactly what it was called, and I'll have to try to find it, but the way that she broke it down, and I was like, oh my goodness, that made a lot of sense. And so I wrote it down, and that's embedded in my head now. And just, like I said, just getting to know it. You guys know how it makes you feel, but just know ultimately what it has to offer is going to be one of the biggest things, and the value behind it. I can't stress enough how the biggest thing that I can give you is in that challenge script that I have about this is not an extra expense for the month. And that's what people look at it. You say $129 per month. Holy crap, I can't pay an extra $129 a month. No, but you're really not, because you're taking it out of your budget. So that's one thing to really grab and be like, listen, I know what you're saying, I understand, but you're really taking it out of your daily or out of your monthly budget for your groceries because it's taking over a meal. And we don't think of it that way, and no one else does. So, okay, I'm getting off track, and I could probably talk for hours. So, first of all, I want to thank you guys all for coming on and opening up about what your guys' whys are, how you came here, and your goals. And this is just something now that I have it written down on my papers that, it's in ink now. It's in ink. Once it's in ink, you're done. Sorry, but it's on. It's I don't know what else to tell you guys. So, like I said, you guys want one-on-ones, do them. I want to be able to break down. The team calls are great, but one-on-ones can really direct you guys focused on the things that you guys need. Because we could sit here and talk about one topic, and someone's probably like, it's still great to hear, but you need specific things for you that can direct you. And so one-on-one, I'm always available for them, and it's only going to grow. This team is growing every single day, and you guys have big dreams and big goals, and you guys are going to reach out to people every day. You have people that you're inspiring, whether you see it or not yet. So hold on to those. I want you guys to dream about them tonight. Write it down. Start dreaming about it. Write yourself a check, whatever it may be that you guys want to do, and then we will go from there. So I hope you guys all have an amazing night, and we will talk to you guys later.
You too. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Guys.